September 1st, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. What did y'all think? If you didn't watch the episode, you ain't missing nothing. You did not miss anything. You did not miss anything at all. Same old storyline, just a different day. Liam still trying to get Hope back. Talking about some, she the one for him and all this other stuff. I be trying to convince her to give him a chance and stuff. Talking about some, basically she done received a second chance because they all thought that he was dying or whatever. I said he was never dying. He was never dying. Second day, no, once he didn't want to tell Bill and them or whatever, we should have known. We should have known. But yeah, same old same, just a different day, a new month. But okay, so I'm gonna start with first. I'm gonna do a quick summary. Leon was still after Hope. He ended up asking Carter if they still planning on getting married. And I said, now you knew Carter's answer to that question. You knew. Now Hope is a different story. Will and Lecture finally ended up sleeping together. What else? But he still was thinking about what happened with the mystery lady. Luna was letting them know, letting Sheila know, you know, what she finna get ready to do without actually telling her. She said how Will finna know soon enough that she alive. But of course it's Sheila. Of course it's Sheila. And she said something like that to Lee the other day. But they not listening. I know for sure she said she had a plan. And I was like, she keep telling y'all what she finna do without telling y'all exactly what she finna do. But the last thing that happened was that Ivy was encouraging Hope to be with Leon. But okay, on today's new episode, so who we gonna start with first? Will and Lecturer. So they was just kissing and stuff like that, and he just kept saying, they exchanged I love yous and stuff like that. They finally end up sleeping together or whatever, and he was just saying how he grateful to have her and all this other stuff. They showed him thinking about being in bed with the with Luna, but he don't know it's Luna yet. But I'm waiting on the scene where they show him remembering that it's her, because I feel like they're gonna do that. I might be wrong, but I don't know. I thought for sure that Luna was gonna end up texting him or something, saying something to make him, to interrupt the moment between him and the lecturer. Because Sheila kept trying to tell her that, you know, I think they finna take things to the next step or whatever. She kept saying how Alexa just, you know, tease him. She's never going to do that or whatever. She ain't been having him waiting and all this other stuff that she belongs with Will and all. Just steady talking about Will or whatever, and just in denial. She looked like, first of all, she don't think, you know, Electra is a bad person. She thinks she's nice, actually. She's like, whose side are you on? And she just kept trying to tell her she thinks that they finna take things to the next step. So that's what led me to believe she finna do something, take something to interrupt or take his mind off of Electra or something like that. But nah, they finally slept together, y'all. But Will was still thinking about what happened with the mystery lady. He still was thinking about that. That's all that happened with them. They was laying in bed and she was just saying, Electra was saying how she, you know, glad that she waited and stuff like that. And he feels guilty, but not enough to tell her the truth. And now it's going to be this big thing because she already, on Friday's episode, was holding her doggone belly. And I know some people were saying, like, how is she going to be pregnant? But this is a soap, y'all. Y'all know. I told y'all. She'll find out that she's pregnant this week. Next week, she'll be about 6 months. Next week, she'll be about 6 months pregnant. With soap time, they be adding on stuff. They know they be adding on stuff. What else? Who next? Let's see. Liam, Beth, Hope, Carter was all in the room, in the office or whatever. And I think Hope was saying something about she wanted to take her to something with some fashion. She was just trying on outfits and showing to them and stuff like that. So Carter took this opportunity to put Liam on notice. First, he was over here talking about the doggone, what did he say? He grateful that Liam's recovering and all this other stuff. I said, get to the point. Let him know. I said, let him know. Get to the point. So he ends up just, he didn't tell him enough for me. This man intentionally did that. He brought Beth there for a reason. But he told him that, you know, basically they was still getting married and how Hope is his person and everything. And Liam just sitting up there like he don't know what he know. He over here playing in this man's face. This is what he's doing. I said, now, Liam, you know doggone well you want Hope. But yeah, then he gonna ask Carter, what he said? He said, are y'all still planning on getting married? I said, now, Liam, you knew, at least you knew Carter answered. Now, Hope, you could tell that she, I don't even know if she really wanted to marry him from the jump. But yeah, you could tell with Carter that he wanted to marry her. That's why he keep trying to move up the date and stuff like that. He told my son, are y'all still planning on getting married? And Carter made a face and then he told him, yeah, whatever. So he took his tail over there the whole time. My son, basically Carter thinks that Hope is the one or whatever, but they the one for each other and all this other stuff. I said, that's why I said same old storyline, just a different day. Just a different day. What else? Yeah, their whole scene was about Carter letting him know that him and Hope still getting married. And he still went over there talking about how they belong together. And she just standing there. I said, when is she going to tell, or if she even going to tell, that Liam kissed her? I said, you should know right then. It would have been better if she went over there. Then, another thing. They keep on saying, on today's episode also, might as well get Ivy out the way. She went and told Hope how she told Liam how she feel, and she would hope that they will be together, but he want her. So, you've been giving a second chance, look at Beth over there and all this other stuff, and just trying to convince her to give Liam a second chance. Then I said, let me know if I'm tripping. Did she say that Liam was faithful? I said, no, doggone well, she ain't just... I said, no, she ain't just said that Liam was faithful. I know he done cheated about 2 times since I've been watching the show. I said, I know at least 2 times now. With the same person, matter of fact. Then he kissed, what was the girl name that's over there on the Younger Restless? Sally. He kissed her one time. That's cheating too. I don't care. That's cheating too. But yeah, she just was trying to convince Hope to give Liam a chance and everything. And I was like, Now I wonder when Thomas come on tomorrow's episode, because they say on Tuesday is when Thomas come back. I want to see if he try to put the moves on Hope too. I want to see if he put his bid in. But what else? Let's see. I already said Hope and I, but she was trying to convince her. I think the last people is Luna and Sheila. So Sheila was still just trying to talk some sense into Luna. She ends up saying that Will can't know about her or whatever, and she just keeps talking about the night they shared, and Christy Electra is never gonna let Will, go to the next step and sleep together and all this other stuff. So that's what led me to believe. I said, okay, she finna try to text him again or something to interrupt their moment. But no, they actually slept together, y'all. But yeah, Sheila was trying to talk some sense into her. She started talking about some Will that went for her. She gonna get Will, and he gonna know soon enough. And I said, Sheila, you and Lee, she done told you already she got a plan. She keep on mentioning it or whatever. I think they said this week Lee's supposed to be suspicious of where Luna's been sneaking out to. So apparently she gonna sneak out again. Apparently she about to sneak out again. But yeah, she keep letting them know indirectly that she finna do something. And they still over here trying to hide her out. They still trying to hide her out. She did mention on today's episode how Lee's supposed to be finding an attorney for her and stuff like that. But yeah, Sheila reminded Luna that Will loves Electra, and she was like, no, whatever. He don't love her. Just talking about the moment that they shared, the night that they shared and stuff like that. I said, I wonder if they actually gonna do the storyline where he remembers who she was, if he actually remembers Luna or what. But yeah, Luna don't think that Electra will give Will what he wants, but she already did. She already did, but he's still thinking about what happened. But he feel guilty, but not enough to tell the truth. And what else happened? Luna said that Will would know very soon that she's alive. And Sheila was just trying to talk her out of doing whatever she gonna end up doing, but that's no success. You should never went told her. It's partially your fault. It's partially your fault. Why would you go? You probably the one that got her the doggone wig. She probably got her. Wait a minute, where she get a phone from? Don't she got a phone? Yeah, cause she texted us. She done got her a wig and a phone. Yep, I'm blaming Sheila right now. But yeah, I was like, you, it's your fault. It's your fault. Now when she woke up, the first thing she did say was she mentioned Will, so. But at the same time, you didn't have to run in there trying to be her doggone friend and tell her about this man promotion. So you just as much to blame as her. But yeah, that's it, y'all. That's all that happened. Let me know your thoughts down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces, have a great rest of the day and be safe.